Okay. This is going to be video number 9 of my random electronics collections. Doing something a little different today. I'm actually upstairs. I'm not in my normal filming area. I'm actually upstairs in our front room. I don't know if you remember back to the first video or not. I showed you a Sony receiver. And I also mentioned that I have one similar to it, actually a little bit better than that one, upstairs. And this would be it. This is a Sony STR-1011. It was manufactured in 1993. It's basically 120 watts per channel. It's actually got selectable 4 or 8 ohm speaker selection. It has 80 watts to the front, it has 80 watts to the center channel, and it has 30 watts to the rear, and obviously it's a surround sound unit. It's pretty involved. The thing's pretty beefy. We pretty much use it for, it's kind of hooked up through our gaming system. This is kind of our gaming area. I'll kind of show a little bit of that here in a bit. But anyway, we got the games through this that play through the speakers, and it sounds pretty good. I got this from my cousin's husband right before they got married. He was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and he asked me if I wanted this, and I said, sure, I'll take it. Also, he was giving away, I think it was a 32-inch CRT. I don't remember what the brand was now. I think it was a Toshiba or something. Anyway, my dad ended up getting that and using that for a while. But so I ended up just taking this bad boy. I don't really know much about it. I don't know how a lot of it works. I know just enough to get it to turn on, change the stations, and play with the equalizer, and that's about it. I'm sure this receiver is capable of so many things because it's got so many buttons on the front of it. I'm going to turn it on here in a second just to show you how the display lights up and everything. I'll hit a couple of buttons, but I'm not going to hit too many buttons because I don't want to mess up how I have it set up with our gaming system. It does come with a remote, and it's a pretty elaborate remote. It's a lot more does a lot more features than the remote that I have for my other receiver. So I'll just go ahead and put this in front of the camera here. I don't know how well it'll come out. My lighting's not real good in here, so kind of forgive me on that. I don't really have much light in here. I don't have a little studio light or any of that kind of thing. So, but anyway, I don't know. It's kind of hard to see, but it's got the input buttons at the top there, and then it's got preset buttons I think you can manually tune. And you can control the cursor. I think you can set the names of the radio stations and all that kind of stuff. Here, let me see if I get this a little bit better here. Let's see. There we go. That's better. It's a little dusty. But this thing will control all kinds of stuff. Pretty much anything that I have in this house that's a Sony, which includes our TV upstairs, our TV in the front room, which I did a video on. I haven't uploaded it yet. It'll control that. It'll control... this remote will actually control my other tuner and vice versa, which I guess isn't... I guess that's pretty interesting. But anyway, so that's that. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on the holder here. So, anyway, I'll go ahead and turn it on real quick. And I'll just hit a couple of buttons just to show. The display is pretty cool for its time. Let's try to use it like that. So there it is. There it is, all lit up. I have it on the actual radio right now. Uh, and if you notice, let's see if I can zoom in on this here. Move the thing in a little bit here. Anyway, kind of get a closer up at the front here. So as you can see, it's got obviously the power button. It's got speaker select. It's got some edit buttons, and this thing's not happy with that display. Here, let me turn this off while we're going through the buttons. All right. So anyway, it's got all kinds of buttons, and again, I don't know what a lot of it does. I've never really sat down and fooled with this thing. I've just never really had the time to mess with it, and it's pretty involved. I'm actually thinking about downloading, and he didn't give me a manual with it, so I'm thinking about downloading one for it, just to kind of get an idea of what this thing's capable of, what it can do. Yeah, it is not happy doing this. So, well, since it's not happy, let's just go ahead and turn it back on. And what's really cool is it's got buttons on the bottom, and they light up and they do various things. All right, let's get this off the stand here. Hang on a minute. Sorry about that. Trying to do this because I'm actually sitting on the floor. If it's a little shaky, I apologize. Again, I'm sitting on the floor. I should probably turn that down for copyright. So anyway, the buttons on the bottom, they light up. I guess you push them, and they just, like if you wanted the CD player, you'd hit CD, and that tells you whatever that's supposed to do. I think you can hook a CD changer up to this thing, and it'll display that in there, tell you what's being played, and all that good stuff. Same thing with all the other things down here. Right now, video 1, I don't know why it says acoustic DVR, or maybe it's video 2. I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, video 3 maybe? Yeah. Video 3 is what we have the gaming systems through. And again, I don't know what all this stuff does. It's got a pretty cool little equalizer. I'm going to try to zero in on some of these buttons here. Maybe somebody can give me an idea of what this receiver is capable of, because like I said, it's pretty cool. And it still works fine. It gets pretty loud, and I also mentioned in the other video, or my first video with my other receiver, that the speakers that came with that receiver from the first video are the speakers that I'm using with this receiver. So I'll just go ahead and pan over real quick, show you. Yeah, there's one of them right there. And of course, we'll go ahead and show the other one that's over there. Here we go. So, anyway, this thing, I mean, and I'm sure if you put bigger speakers with it, it would probably rattle all kinds of stuff. Just this alone, with these Sony speakers that went with my first receiver, I believe they're 10-inch speakers inside there with some tweeters. And if I get this thing going, I can get some stuff rattling in this room. I don't want to do it because it's kind of late, even though it's a house. The speakers are actually facing the windows, so I don't want to mess with it right now. But anyway, one of these days I'm gonna get on this thing and see what this thing's actually capable of. Again, if anybody has any ideas of what this thing is capable of, I would appreciate it. Maybe mention something in the comments. So anyway, just real quick, let me stand up and I'll show you a quick little thing of our video system. All right, so we have gaming things. I'm a little bit of a gamer, not much. My wife is more of a gamer than I am. She plays all kinds of stuff. So kind of in the corner, kind of standing up on its side there is an Xbox 360. We only have that. Actually, my wife got it only for one game that was only released on the Xbox. So that's the only reason we have a 360. We have a PS4 right there. Just recently we started streaming Netflix through it, something different. And then there's a switch box. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can turn my light on here. Sorry about the dust. It's a little dusty in there. Switch box, so we have to switch between because I don't have enough inputs on the TV. And then the controllers. And then we have a PS3. And I tell you, they both get played equally. My wife really is a fan of different genre games. She likes the Godfather type games. She likes actually she likes the GTA games as well, and she's pretty good at it. She's defeated almost all of them. She also likes the series Saints Row. She owns every one of them. She's defeated every one of them. Anyway, our TV, it's nothing special. It's an old school flat screen. It's an Insignia, if anybody really wants to know. This was, I don't really want to get into the story right now, but this was my grandma's TV when she was in a assisted living place. So she passed away, and then they were moving stuff out, and my cousin asked me if I wanted it. I'm like, sure, why not? So, and I know this is going to sound really strange, and it's going to probably shock a lot of people, but believe it or not, this is our actual only flat screen in the house. We've never bought one. I've never bought one. She's never bought one. My wife, and it's old. I believe it's from 2009 or 2010. It still works. It works great. Still got an awesome picture, and this one even has a DVD player built into the side of it, which is pretty cool. Like I said, we just recently got Netflix, and we watch Netflix on this, and this thing does very well with Netflix. I'm actually impressed with it. And then going down a little bit further, let me grab down here. Yeah. And of course, above the receiver, I have a PS2. That's actually mine. I bought that brand new back whenever. Still works. We still play games on it once in a while. As you can see, I got the plug underneath it because I don't want it plugged in all the time because we play it like twice a year, if that. So the PS4, my wife bought herself. She was just out and about, and she's like, you know what? I want a PS4. I'm going to buy one. So she bought one. The PS3, I believe we got from my parents for Christmas. I don't remember the year. And believe it or not, the Xbox 360, my wife and I bought each other. We went in together actually for an anniversary present. And I don't know a lot of guys out there that'll actually have a wife, a girlfriend that will actually want to buy a gaming system for an anniversary. I'm sure they're out there, but it's pretty rare. So anyway, I think I rambled on long about this video. And actually, that receiver, I don't really want to take it out, but it's pretty good size and it's heavy. That receiver weighs probably twice as twice as much as the one that I have downstairs. I imagine, and I've looked in the top of it, it's got some pretty good sized transformers in it. So anyway, I think that's it for this video. I am going to but yeah, I'm just gonna end it right here, and I thank you for watching. And if you like what you're seeing and you don't mind me rambling on and on about things like this, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching.